Hi, everybody. I'm Jen Henriksen, and I am popping on to give you a little bit of an explanation of my Alaska 2027 trip. So I have two going. I think we have about 12 people registered now, and now is June 12th. 2026. But there's two different trips. There's one that is just the 7 night cruise only trip, which I'll cover that as I talk about our 11-day land, rail, sea trip. Okay. So you have two options to pick from. And a lot of times I'll even have families that grandma and grandpa do the land side and they meet up with the rest of the family on the 7 day cruise. So lots of options for you. But today I'm going to cover the basics of what this trip looks like because I know I've had some questions on it and it's just easier to hear it straight from me. So June 29th is the date that we land in Alaska. And the trip is going to start in Fairbanks, as far north basically as we can go. And I've got some favorite things I love to do. And these are included in the Land Rail Sea trip, the 11-day trip. So the first thing we do is we spend some time at the Wilderness Lodge up there, up in Riverside. And then the next morning, we're going to a riverboat discovery. It's basically an excursion. And we'll spend several hours on board the Nenana River on the Discovery paddle wheel boat. You will love this excursion. It is super educational, very informative, and everything's included. So I mean, just know that I've got you taken care of for that first day that we're actually touring. As soon as that's done, we're going to hop on a motor coach and we're going to be transported to Denali National Park. We're spending 1 night in Fairbanks and 2 nights in Denali National Park. You can get excursions here if you want to, but I've got you covered here as well. We have the big one for me is the Tundra National. There's two, Natural History Tour or the Tundra Wilderness Tour. Those are the tours that I normally recommend for clients when we're going to Denali National Park, whether we're going together or not. But that's included in this tour. So that's also included. That main excursion is taken care of. And we'll have pockets. We'll have like the morning of the first, or actually the afternoon of the first night and the morning of the second night. In between there, we'll give you the tour times and all that later. But there's little pockets that you could schedule an excursion. But again, this trip, the reason for the cost of it is that I've got you covered. So I wouldn't recommend pushing ahead and scheduling an excursion unless there's absolutely something that you want to do. And if there is, just let me know and I'll make sure we can fit it in for you. Usually when I'm in Denali National Park, I like to take everyone to the dog sledding exhibition that they do. They're very limited on times, so that's one that I prioritize. And the other one is I like to take people on a guided hike. There's a place inside Denali that I love to go to. I've seen all kinds of wildlife there, and it's not that difficult of a hike. If we do have mobility issues, this isn't going to be a hike for you because it's a very steep stairs at the beginning and the end of it. But if your knees can handle it, that's going to be a great time together. So we'll make sure to schedule some time, weather depending, to get you on that hike or that trail walk, I guess I could say. Then on that next day, we're going to hop on the motor coach and a couple of hours, maybe 3 hours, down to Talkeetna, which is halfway between Denali National Park and Anchorage. Okay, we're only 1 night there, and they do have excursions. The cruise line will always sell you as much as you will like to purchase. But again, I tend to say let's hold off on excursions at this location also. This is wilderness. This is a wilderness lodge. I want you to experience the Alaska wilderness. The fun fact here is that we'll be the closest to Denali anywhere on the trip is in Talkeetna, this area at the Wilderness Lodge. So if Denali comes out, it is a great viewing site to see the mountain. And there's also the Discovery Channel has built a tree house on this property. And I like to just do this. It's a very short hike, but I like to hike up there and check it out. and just relax because we're going, right? We have one night in Fairbanks, 2 nights in the at the Wilderness Lodge in Denali. Now we're moving down to Talkeetna for one night at their Wilderness Lodge. There's a lot of moving on the front end of this trip. So I tend to say off on the excursions a little bit unless you are a go, go, go person. Because the biggies are included in the land side. Oh, and I forgot to tell you, when we first get to Denali, I have tickets for us for a dinner musical theater. And that's just a fun one that I've always wanted to do. So I got tickets for us. They're also included in your package. So once we leave the Talkeetna area, now we're going to make our way past Anchorage. This is all on the rail, on the Alaska Railroad. Fantastic views. This will all in itself be an excursion for you. And we're going to literally be on the train all day going down from Talkeetna to, I'm pretty sure it's Talkeetna, yeah, to Whittier. So it's going to be about 2 o'clock to about 6 or 7 p.m. in the evening. Magnificent views, just magnificent. We have a glass domed rail car reserved for us. So we'll have just spectacular viewing above the tree line. So it's great to be able to see the wildlife as we're going by. And it's probably one of my favorite parts of the trip. And we're going to arrive right in Whittier. Whittier is an old World War II town, and I think it's World War II. It's a World War town. And the only way in and out of this town is a one-way tunnel. And trains, cars, everything, motorcycles, everybody has to take that same tunnel through the mountain. So we have to follow a schedule to get there, but we'll go on through. And then as soon as we pass through that tunnel, our ship will be right there waiting for us. So we will have 10 steps between the train and getting on board the ship. So not a lot of transfer time. You know how a lot of times when you're traveling, you get a whole day of travel. You'll be very comfortable and very relaxed when we get to the ship. So the Discovery Princess will be waiting for us. The ship disembarks on July 3rd. And there's no fireworks on this trip, ladies and gentlemen, because of the midnight sun. There's sunlight like 11 hours, I think, or 10 hours out of the day. So the sun will be going down just about setting and then coming right back up again. Don't worry, we take good care of you with room darkening shades at all the places we're staying. But there isn't darkness. So the 4th of July will be celebrated probably with streamers. But when we get on board, this is kind of my favorite place because for the first 2 days of our sailing, we don't get off the ship. It doesn't even dock anywhere, which you'll love after our busy few days of seeing up in the northern and central areas of Alaska. It's a chance to rest, reset, and get your bearings for those final days that we're on board. We have 3 ports that we're visiting on this itinerary: Icy Strait, Juneau, and Ketchikan. So those are the 3 that you're going to be thinking about excursions for. And I just want to kind of lay it out for you. Icy Strait is a very small, lesser visited port. They're kind of spreading us all out on the ports in Alaska because they're small, right? So Icy Strait is, I think it's the largest Tlingit community of original people, indigenous people there. And a lot of the things that they have to do relate to that, the Tlingit community. There are some excursions. There's a really cool gondola there, but I tend to say hold off on excursions in Icy Strait. There is a great nature trail that I usually take a guided walk on. It leads you right to the old cannery, so you get all of the cool parts of Icy Strait and the history behind it. You'll have lots of free time to walk around. If you don't feel like taking the 1 mile nature hike back, they have a tram that you can take, a free tram. But this is the day to just experience real Alaska, real, where there aren't a bustle of people and tons of ships and all kinds of movement. There's a temperate rainforest. We might be walking in the rain when we're there. There's lots of bald eagles on the walk. So I'm going to ask you to kind of ramp up, but take it easy. Unless you're like a massive fisherman or there's something really, really special that you'd like to do there, then by all means have at it. If any mobility issues, you want to book those excursions through Princess. If you don't have mobility issues, I'm going to encourage you to book with Shore Excursions Group, which is the company that I use. They guarantee all the same things that the cruise line does, guaranteed return to the ship. That you have no issues registering with them at all. Great refund policy, great reviews. I've used them for years for thousands of people. And they work with us. So they allow us to get thrown a bone when you register for things, and I can service those excursions. So I ask you, if you're not booking with Princess, who does not do that with us, to go ahead and book with Shore Excursions Group, and I'll send you the link on your invoice when your deposit is paid. So you'll have the link direct to our ship and what's going on. So Icy Strait is the first port stop. The second port stop is Juneau, Alaska. This is Wales. Basically, when you think of Juneau, think Wales. This is the best place, in my opinion, to see whales when you're on the Inside Passage cruises. And I have a specific family that I prefer to work with, so I do a private whale watching tour for my group. Depending on how many people register, it may not be private exclusively to us, but I take care of all the details for you. You pay Jen's Travel Journeys and I book it out for us. So don't worry about excursions here in Juneau. We'll take care of that for you. But if you would like to experience another excursion in the afternoon time that we're there, we're in Juneau. No, you won't be able to do it because we leave about 4 o'clock that day. So if you would like to do my whale watching tour, you're set for excursions there. That is a paid excursion though. So if you choose to participate, we'll make sure to get you tickets for that and you can pay us. The last stop is Ketchikan. Ketchikan is the salmon capital. It is a really, really cute downtown area, very, very walkable. And really, the excursion that I recommend in this town is the Lumberjack Show. This will be the cheapest part of our whole entire trip. I think it's like 28 bucks a person, but it is super cute. And they do a great job explaining to you where it used to be the timber capital of the world, I think. But they just have a really fun way of showing it. And it's a quick show. It's like 90 minutes long. Everybody enjoys it. And when you're cut loose, the Creekside Village is right next door, just down the way a little ways. So it just makes for a fun afternoon and a great final day in a port. So as you can see by me, what I'm framing up for you, buying the trip is really the big thing. Okay. The big one is the whales, and I'm going to cover that because I want to make sure that we have the best chance of seeing them. And I've been there dozens of times. So I think that's the best bet to do. But again, you can do what you'd like. It is your trip, even though we're going together. Okay. We do have some pre-trip classes. Those won't come for months and months now until we get more right after final payment. We begin those pre-trip classes. You will have a private trip class page that is open on my website by password protection that you can access lots of links and things like that. We'll get that up probably by the end of summer of this year. So you'll be able to access different resources and that sort of thing. All in all, just know that I've got you on this trip. I've done Alaska. I'm an expert in Alaska. I've sent thousands of people there on their own, and I've brought hundreds of people with me since COVID. COVID was my first time going. I love this state. I would move there if my boyfriend would agree to move with me, but no. I just have to keep bringing people back. So I'm excited that you are on this trip. We're going to take great care of you from the flights to the transfers to everything. Flights aren't even open yet right now. So we've got probably another 4 to 6 weeks before those open. You will see another video or email from me when that time comes, and then we'll get with you. I'll schedule appointments with each of you so we can get your flights booked. Usually booking them through Princess has been cost effective wise. That's really the best way. depending on how many people we have, I can do a group flight for us, but I have to have a minimum of 10 people. And right now we have 12 booked on the trip. Usually will be about 15, 18, 20, maybe 22. But we have to have those people when the flight's open in order to do a group flight. So for now, plan on taking a look at Princess, and Easy Air is what they call their air program. And you can do that right online when you log into princess.com and take a look at it. But if you need any assistance, that's what we're here for. Okay. I'll let you know what I'm planning on doing, what time I'm planning on arriving. A lot of the flights come in super, super early in the morning, like 1 a.m. So if you want to do a pre-night so you aren't sprawled out sleeping in the lobby of the Wilderness Hotel in Fairbanks, we can do that. It just tacks on a little bit more to the trip price to do that, but we can. Okay, so that's it in a nutshell. Thank you for watching. And if you have any other questions, don't hesitate to contact our office and we're glad to help. Okay, see you soon, guys.